father and son crash land on Earth 1,000 years into the future.
Crash landed. 2 confirmed survivors. Do you know where we are?
No, sir.
This is Earth.
But all the animals have evolved into ferocious killers.
Every single decision we make will be life or death.
Together they embark on a terrifying journey to survive in After Earth.
Hi, I'm Salim.
I'm Sean.
And I'm Brenna.
And we're here to talk about the movie After Earth. We've all just seen it. Brenna, take it away.
There's a lot of problems with this film. The biggest problems are the conceptual problems. There are problems with this world, and there are problems with these monsters. Cypher tells Katai that everything on this planet has evolved to kill humans.
Right.
First off, with creatures that big, evolution wouldn't take place at any noticeable amounts in 1,000 years. And on top of that, if there's no humans present, they wouldn't evolve to kill humans. There's no catalyst for the evolution. So that by itself is fine.
But unless that happens before the humans leave, but then I'm still going to sea creatures, and we even get some creatures in this movie that don't fit that description anyways.
The central theme of After Earth is this idea of fear, and how to succeed, you need to live without it, because of these monsters who specifically prey on humanity's fear.
The thing is, the treatise about fear, that's the movie. That's the entire movie. It's 100 minutes of that, and there's nothing else going on, and it's just bland, and it's tedious, and I got bored.
Yeah, I mean, this is supposed to be a sci-fi movie, but it's mainly about this father and son relationship, this whole thing about fear, which comes in slightly. You understand that why it's gonna come in later on in the movie, but it's all very predictable, and you know exactly what's happening from the very beginning of the film to the end. If you watch the preview, you know everything that's gonna happen in this film. Nothing really that surprising happens at all.
I mean, they try to have a sort of father-son narrative at the same time, but it's never resolved. There's some really cliche dialogue in this. You have one point where Cypher's wife tells him that he doesn't need a commanding officer. He needs a father. If I never hear that a line or a variation of that line again, I will be fine. And he never stops being a commanding officer. He never starts to be a father.
Well, these characters are not real characters. They really don't have that much emotion.
Well, I just didn't care. I mean, when it came down to it, I didn't care. I didn't care if they got back together or, you know, they found some relationship they hadn't had before, or even if anyone lived or died. I didn't care. This fact that the general, played by Will Smith, has now overcome or removed all fear from himself makes him an emotionless character. You can't get behind him. You don't even really know what he's feeling for his son at any given moment because he doesn't have any feelings at all. And so I'm just not invested in any of the characters.
We need that beacon. You understand? You are going to retrieve that beacon, or we are going to die.
So the cast here, we have Jaden Smith plays Katai Rage, and then his real-life father, of course, Will Smith plays the character's father, Cypher Rage.
Jaden Smith, I feel, has some potential as a strong actor. He's got quite a bit of range. He's really more believable when he's at an extreme, when he's really scared. Even if there's no reason for his fear, if there's no reason for his anger, he's believable in those moments.
Bless his heart. I rooted for Jaden Smith in this movie, but I just didn't feel he was a mature enough actor to handle the material. I didn't think he had the range, and those moments where he does have to feel emotion just came off very false to me.
And I don't know if it's his fault or the fault of the character. They didn't feel real, lived-in people, and because of that, he was never really allowed to really do that much with the character. The bread and butter of these two guys is being overly confident, being funny, and also being action-oriented, which we saw that he can do very well in The Karate Kid.
Yeah, and I mean, Will Smith became a movie star because of his charismatic, everyman qualities, and to see him play a character that basically is without emotion whatsoever, it's like, I don't want to see that.
It is right there, Katai. Do not move.
I wanted to see Will Smith that that had that movie star quality.
So let's talk about the fearless leader, I guess, a little bit, M. Night Shyamalan.
M. Night Shyamalan does small humor very well. It's one of my favorite parts about Signs, and it's present here as well.
Shyamalan should never have graduated to the big budget blockbuster because his movies that are good, Sixth Sense and Signs, they work on what you can't see. So for him to make these big budget films with all of these creatures out in the light, it's just not what made him great.
Strong leads cannot save this tired premise devoid of any real juice. Stream it.
Well, considering that there's all these dangerous creatures living on the planet, After Earth is not worth the trip. Skip it.
After Earth isn't a bad film, it's just not a particularly good one either, so stream it.
All right, looks like our votes head up to one full ticket, which is a stream it for After Earth.
Cheers! Cheers.
So I think that men are from after Mars and women are from after Venus.
The tagline for the film is "Danger is real." However, in this film, none of the danger felt real. Actually, nothing felt real.
Support for Just Seen It comes from Acorn, distributors of Miss Fisher's Murder Mysteries, a modern detective series set in 1920s Melbourne. Now on DVD and Blu-ray. More information is available at acornonline.com/PTV.